Yo, what is good, my people? Welcome back to the YouTube video. But basically, in this video, it's going to be a raw yap. Hopefully, I have no cuts in it. But we're going to be talking about self-belief and getting over that fear of failure, and like when actually starting, when actually making money online, when beginning, your journey, and a bit about my journey on how I actually started and the mindset that I had to put myself in to get over that fear of going into something completely new. So, a lot of times when you start, especially if you're working a trade, you work in FIFO, or you work at a job, going into making money online by selling digital products, remote closing, appointment setting, whatever it is, it's going to be pretty scary because you've never done that before. So let's fix that up. So that feeling of going in and getting started is fucking terrifying. You don't know what the future is going to be like, and when you do make a bit of money and you actually quit your job, then there's that fear of, oh my God, now I've really gone all in. So for me, when I started, bro, this is how I started. So I was working a job. I fucking really did not enjoy it. I was also, where I was living, I needed to get out. Now, I wasn't making enough money to get a rental. I was also waiting for this house to get built. And I was in a bit of a pickle, as some would say. So everywhere I went, I was like, okay, I hate my job. Living situation's not the best. Fuck me. Only time I get to enjoy myself is when I'm asleep, which is much of a lie. So from there, I was like, okay, well, I want to get out. I have this fear that it's not going to work. I do have doubts. Am I really the person? I've never done this before. Am I that person to actually achieve something like this? Like, is that possible? But then I looked at, the situation that I was in, and I looked at the people that were around me, the people that have been working there for 30 years, and that were, been working that same job since I was like 7 years old. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, I have two decisions here. There's no way I'm going to end up like that. I have the decision of being like that for the rest of my life and thinking, man, maybe I could have started making money online. Maybe I could have given it a crack. Or actually going, all right, I'm going to fucking give this a crack and see what happens. Now, on the flip of that, I also think like, bro, I had nothing to fucking lose. Like, I was 21. I actually had to me, I had nothing to lose, because I was going all in. Worst thing that would happen is I would just go back to my regular job. Now, to get over that fear of if I'm going to fail, that self-belief, that fear of failure was basically me like, I'm only going to fail when I give up. I'm only going to fail when I just go, nah, this is not for me whatsoever. Now, to conquer that, I just never gave up. Every single day, I just dedicated, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is going to give me the life that I want. Most importantly, I saw the vision of where I wanted to take my life. I saw exactly what I wanted. I wanted freedom. I wanted to go live in like places like Bali, the Philippines. I wanted to surf. I wanted to enjoy my life, and I wanted to make money remotely. That was the goal. So I realized that all I need to do is replace my income, and then I'm sweet. And the person that is in charge of that and can make that happen is me. And now it just comes down to me believing in myself. And because I was so uncomfortable in my situation that I was living, I was like, okay, well, there's the only way out right now is taking that risk and actually starting. Because like, bro, you have to ask yourself, the job that I'm doing, yeah, it might pay well. Yeah, I might get good hours. The people I work with are good. But do I really want to do it long term? Is this something that I really want to do for the rest of my life? If the answer is no, then you have to start looking at ways to actually get out. Because before you know it, bro, before you fucking know it, you're going to be 30, pushing 30, pushing 40, and you're still in the same job, still doing the same thing, still with the same people. And by the time you're going to look around and bro, fuck, and you're going to be like, fuck, I just missed my whole life. And for me, like in my 20s, I was like, bro, I'm young now. I want to enjoy my life. I want to see all that. So for you, and for my message for you, for someone that's just starting, cheers, is, yeah, you might have that fear of failure, that fear of judgment, but bro, who the fuck cares if you chasing your dreams, starting a business, making money online, getting your freedom, replacing your income, having a crack gives you your life back and lets you enjoy life? Bro, fucking go for it. Why would you listen to, you know, people that have never done it before, and people that, you know, why would you listen to what people have to say? What people have to say if it's gonna, you know, affect. They're saying they're judging you on that. Oh, you know, you shouldn't do that. But it's like, bro, this is gonna better my life. What the fuck do you have to say about it? If this is my life, you should have done whatever you do with your life. Another thing, like, and on to talk about that, is talking, you know, and talking to people that, and taking advice from people that have never actually done something that you want to do. And this is a big mistake that people make, because people go, like, they want that reassurance, they want that, they're so close to that decision, they're like, oh man, like, I'm really about to do it, I just want to talk to someone. And it's like, then they go to talk to someone, and then they get talked out of it by someone that doesn't even have the same goals, that doesn't even see the vision, that doesn't even want the better for your life. And it's like, bro, you were right there to make that decision that was about to change the whole fucking trajectory of your life, and you let it change, you let it slip by someone that didn't even see the vision that you saw for your life. And that's a big thing, bro, because I know I personally would always, like, go to make decisions, like, oh, all right, like, I better ask my dad, like, better ask my mum what they think, you know, because they're obviously more intelligent, they've been through more life. Like, yeah, 100%. But also, they've never started a business online. They've never replaced their income. They're fucking 30 years older than us. You know what I mean? So taking advice from them is kind of like outdated. And, you know, so realistically, the tips and what I would suggest for you for starting is really have a look at your life. Is that something that you really want to settle for? Is that something that you're happy with? Do you want to do this really long term? Then consequence yourself. Okay, what happens if I don't do this? What happens if I don't? What happens if I don't take action and start this business or start this side hustle or learn this skill to get me out of this job? What does my life look like? If the answer is bad, or if you're not happy with the answer, well, then you know that this is the right decision, and this is the time to make that decision and to actually getting the ball to move forward. Then, my next piece of advice is only take advice from people that have done the thing that you want to do. For me, when I was starting, I had a coach, I had a mentor that was coaching me through. So from this very start, I knew that this person is in the exact position that I want to be in. So, and they've also been through all the fucking storm of the shit that they had to go through to get there. So when I'm going through the storm, who am I fucking calling? I'm calling them, because they've been through it. They've done it. They've experienced that before, and they know what to do and know what to do to get out of that. So I would only go to them and ask them for advice rather than someone like my mom or my dad who hasn't. So that's my piece of advice for you. And big thing is the vision of yourself and your life. If you look and you think about, let's say you're 21. If you think about when you're 25, when you're 30, when you're 35, when you're 40, and all the way up to when you have kids, when your kids have kids, what do you actually want your life to look like? What do you actually want? What house do you want to be in? How hot's your wife? How hot's your wife? How many kids have you got? What kind of car do you drive? Does your house have a nice view? Does it have a fucking sauna in it? I don't know. I don't know what you want. But the thing is to envision it so that when you are trying to achieve your goals and you're trying to work towards it, you know what you're working towards. Okay, I'm working towards this fucking Lamborghini in the garage. That's what you're working towards. You know, because for me, bro, personally, my dad, he still works. He's in his late 50s. He still works every single day. And I'm like, bro, okay, that is my biggest fear. I love my dad, but I don't want to end up like that. So I'm using that as a lesson to go, all right, I need to lock the fuck in. I need to get this shit done and make sure that by the time I'm my dad's age, I don't have to work. When I have my kids, I can see them every single week, every single weekend. I only see my dad a couple times a year. I also live quite far away, but he's always working. And when I do see him, he's still working every single day. So it does impact me a little bit, actually quite a lot. So by using that, I can use that as a lesson to then move towards my future, to then set up my future and use kind of fuel it for my goals and for my work so that I can create the life that I want for when I'm older. But yeah, overall though, I wish you guys all the best. Bit of advice, thought I'd just chuck out a yap. And if you guys want to start making money online, whether that be remote closing, appointment setting, personal branding, build a personal brand, post on social media, content creation, send me a DM on Instagram and I'll get you started. Cheers.